Space has always seemed to follow a rhythm humanity thought it understood. Comets glow in gentle cayenne or green, their colors born from diatomic carbon ignited by the sun. Asteroids drift in dull, forgotten shades of gray, relics of the early solar system wandering endlessly through silence. Even stars themselves pulse with a predictable fire, their colors telling stories of age and temperature. For centuries, humanity trusted this cosmic order, as though the universe itself were a grand symphony, every movement written on the same sheet of music. But then one night that music faltered. Something arrived from the deep void, catalogued as 3AI Atlas. A visitor expected to be a scientific curiosity, and nothing more. Instead, it became something else entirely. Before we step deeper into this unsettling mystery, make sure to subscribe, because what began as astronomy has transformed into a story of signals, shadows, and perhaps surveillance. When the object was first observed, the scientific community celebrated. It appeared as a faint smudge in the darkness, traveling at over 100,000 km, brightening slowly as it approached the inner solar system. This was only the third interstellar object humanity had ever detected, following Oumuamua and Borisov, a rare treasure from another star system, a chance to study alien material that had drifted through space for perhaps millions of years. For months it behaved exactly as expected, a model comet. But then the data began to shift. Spitzer's infrared sensors registered an enormous spike in heat from the object's nucleus, too intense, too sudden, beyond anything caused by normal outgassing. That alone was peculiar. But when the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze upon it, the findings were far stranger. The cyan glow of a comet's coma vanished. In its place came crimson, deep, pulsating, rhythmic. To the untrained eye, perhaps just another curious anomaly, but to scientists, it was a warning. The color was too pure, too uniform, too deliberate. This was not sunlight reflected. This was light emitted. 3AI Atlas was shining with its own energy. What was once a natural body became an artificial puzzle. A discovery became an activation. A comet became a machine in disguise. And then, the pulse began. Every 84.6 seconds, without fail, the crimson glow throbbed like a colossal heartbeat echoing across the void. Nature is messy, unpredictable, chaotic, but rhythm, that belongs to intelligence. And so the heartbeat of 3AI Atlas caught the attention not only of astronomers, but of cryptographers, code breakers, and intelligence agencies. The National Security Agency became involved, treating the pulses as if they were transmissions. Within each heartbeat were trillions of microscopic fluctuations, tiny oscillations of brightness so intricate they resembled compressed data packets. Imagine a single letter in a book containing another entire book inside it. That was the scale of what analysts faced. But decoding it proved impossible. The message wasn't written in mathematics or binary, but in a kind of physics we barely understood. Analysts could see the structure. They could see the logic, but they had no key to unlock it. It was like staring at an alien operating system, knowing the code is alive, but unable to make sense of its language. And all the while, the crimson light kept pulsing, steady, deliberate, unstoppable. Radar revealed something more disturbing still. Sometimes 3AI Atlas vanished entirely from scans, as though designed to absorb radar waves. At other times, it reflected them with blinding intensity, producing returns more powerful than any natural object should. And then came the thermal paradox. Its outer shell blazed with crimson radiation, yet its core registered only 3 degrees above absolute zero, the closest possible temperature to perfect cold, a burning bonfire frozen solid at its center, a contradiction in the laws of physics itself. To monitor the impossible, a secret international task force was created, Project Icarus. For weeks, Icarus watched, gathering every shred of data. And then came the discovery that changed everything. As 3AI Atlas passed near Mars, it should have shifted under the pull of gravity. This is the most reliable law in the cosmos. Every mass bends space-time. Every object feels its tug. Yet 3AI Atlas did not bend. It sailed on untouched. The conclusion was unavoidable. This was not a comet. This was not a rock. It was a controlled object, equipped with a mechanism capable of resisting planetary gravity itself. In that moment, the mood within Project Icarus shifted from tense anticipation to silent dread, because an object that can defy gravity is an object that can go anywhere. do anything, without resistance. Rockets, our proudest machines, are nothing compared to this. Our engines rely on brute explosions, while this thing seemed to move like a ghost through walls we cannot touch. It wasn't just breaking the rules of physics. It was demonstrating superiority, and so came the question. Not what is it, not how does it work, but why? Why here, why now? Three dominant theories took hold. The lighthouse theory argued that 3AI Atlas wasn't meant for us at all, but for the galaxy itself, a beacon warning of something else approaching, or a hazard we cannot yet see. The Harbinger theory was darker. The crimson glow marked the release of invisible nanoscopic machines, self-replicating seeds designed to alter worlds, terraform atmospheres, or prepare planets for colonization. And then came the most unsettling of all, the litmus test theory. According to this, everything, the disguise as a comet, the shift to crimson, the pulse, was not communication, but an experiment, a psychological probe, a way to measure us, to see how humanity reacts to something beyond comprehension. Do we panic? Do we prepare for war? Do we attempt diplomacy? Or do we simply freeze, paralyzed by the unknown? If this theory is correct, then someone is watching us right now, taking notes, judging our response. And maybe, just maybe, we were never meant to pass the test. Meanwhile, the pulse itself grew stranger. The 84.6-second rhythm was no longer just an on-off signal. Hidden within each heartbeat were countless microscopic oscillations, so rapid and complex they resembled layers of compressed archives. Voices within voices, codes within codes. Analysts began to realize this wasn't noise. It wasn't even a simple message. It was a transmission waiting for the right receiver. Perhaps a mind, perhaps a machine, not human, but something else. And then came the alignments. The crimson pulses began to peak during very specific orbital configurations, moments when Earth, Mars, and the Sun formed unusual alignments. At first it seemed like chance, but the statistics collapsed into impossibility. 3AI Atlas seemed to know where the planets would be. It was synchronizing with us. Some researchers even noted that the timing resembled the cycles tracked by ancient megalithic sites like Stonehenge and Teotihuacan. Could it mean this visitor wasn't new at all? Could it have been here before, watching, waiting, choosing now to reveal itself? If true, the crimson light wasn't just a reaction. It was a ritual, and then came the echo. While monitoring the heartbeat of 3AI Atlas, deep space radio arrays in California and Australia picked up something terrifying, a return signal. But it didn't come from the object itself. It came from somewhere else, somewhere answering back. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe, because what began as astronomy has transformed into a story of signals, shadows, and perhaps surveillance. For months, astronomers had been watching 3AI Atlas, the third interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov, tracking its strange green tail and its unusual behavior as it swept into the solar system. Most thought they knew what they were dealing with, just one enigmatic body hurtling past the sun. But on September 19th, at exactly 2 a.m. UTC, everything changed. An amateur astronomer in Chile captured images of something no one was prepared for.